The girl accidentally discovered that her father, Benjamin, who promised to celebrate her birthday, was actually celebrating Jessica and her son's birthday. The girl didn't throw a tantrum, but quietly made a birthday wish, wishing Benjamin eternal happiness, while also hoping she could always be with her mom, Alice. But while eating cake, the girl could no longer control her emotions, burst into tears, and asked Alice to take her away. It turned out that 6 years ago, Jessica suddenly had to go abroad to get married. Benjamin tried to chase her back, but accidentally got into a car accident, which left his legs unable to walk. Alice was Benjamin's personal assistant, and she had secretly loved him for many years. So she always took care of Benjamin, accompanied him through rehabilitation, and endured all his bad tempers. When the day came that Benjamin recovered, he mistook Alice for Jessica and had intimate relations with her. A few months later, Alice became pregnant. After Benjamin learned of this, he immediately decided to marry Alice. Alice was overjoyed, but little did she know Benjamin married her just to spite Jessica. After the marriage, Benjamin completely treated Alice like a stranger. Even when Alice gave birth to their daughter, he was still chatting with Jessica. Alice thought that their daughter's arrival could make Benjamin forget Jessica. Unexpectedly, Benjamin didn't even allow their daughter to call him dad. Until a few days ago, Benjamin not only allowed their daughter to call him dad, but also held her for the first time and swore that from now on, he would be a good father. Alice looked at Benjamin, thinking he had finally accepted their daughter. But the next second, unexpectedly, Benjamin called out Jessica's name. It turned out Jessica was returning to the country tomorrow. Benjamin was so overjoyed that he mistook his daughter as Jessica's child. Alice hugged her daughter in pain and asked if she wanted to leave with her, but the daughter still had hope for Benjamin. She cried and asked Alice if they could give Benjamin 3 more chances. Alice agreed to her daughter's request. If Benjamin still disappointed them, they would leave him forever. The next day, when Benjamin sobered up, he went back to the way he was, not allowing his daughter to call him dad. Alice realized that even if given 10,000 chances, he would never change. So Alice entrusted a lawyer to deliver the divorce papers to Benjamin after she went abroad. Alice went to the company to submit her resignation letter. Benjamin unexpectedly brought Jessica to the company and had her replace Alice's job. Just as Alice was about to question Benjamin, he said Alice was just an ordinary employee and had to obey the company's arrangements. Benjamin also said that tonight he was hosting a banquet for Jessica. After saying that, he left. That evening, when Alice brought her daughter to the banquet, they saw Benjamin with Jessica and her daughter, looking like a happy family. The daughter sensibly asked Alice to take her away, but just as they were leaving, Benjamin said he wanted to take their daughter to see the night view. Although Alice was uneasy, seeing her daughter's hopeful face, she still handed her over to Benjamin. Who would have thought that when the daughter just called him dad once, Benjamin abandoned her on the road? Fortunately, Alice rushed over in time, and her daughter's life was not in danger. Alice looked at her daughter on the hospital bed and couldn't understand how Benjamin could be so heartless. A few days later, the daughter was finally able to be discharged. Benjamin said he would come to pick up Alice and their daughter, but Alice and her daughter waited for several hours, but Benjamin never came. The daughter told Alice that Benjamin only had one last chance left. A few days later, Alice went to pick her daughter up from school and happened to see Benjamin picking up Jessica's daughter. Jessica mocked, asking why Alice came alone to pick up her child. The daughter said she didn't have a dad, but Alice treated her very well. After saying that, she pulled Alice away. When Benjamin got home, he warned Alice to control their daughter and not let her talk nonsense. He also ordered Alice to quickly transfer their daughter to another kindergarten. After saying that, he was about to leave, but the daughter stopped Benjamin, saying the day after tomorrow was her birthday, and she wanted to invite him to attend. Benjamin might have felt guilty toward his daughter, so he unusually agreed. The daughter was very happy, but Alice was worried that Benjamin would let her down. On the daughter's birthday, the classmates who had promised to come all found excuses not to come. Alice was a little worried, but the daughter said as long as Benjamin came, it was enough. At that moment, Alice saw Benjamin with those classmates all celebrating Jessica's daughter's birthday. It turned out Jessica's daughter, after learning of it, insisted on having a birthday too. Benjamin agreed to her, and even invited the whole class to celebrate for her. Alice, afraid her daughter would be heartbroken if she saw it, quickly hid her phone, but the daughter still saw it. The daughter made a wish over the cake, hoping Benjamin could always be happy. When the daughter was eating cake, she could no longer hold back her emotions and cried to Alice, saying that Benjamin had no more chances and that they could leave. Alice said painfully that she would definitely take good care of her daughter. Then they got into the car to leave. Alice threw away her phone and left Benjamin forever. That day, Benjamin had to meet an important client. Jessica's daughter insisted on going too. Benjamin had no choice but to take them. But what Benjamin didn't expect was that Jessica's daughter actually drove the client away in anger and even complained to Jessica, saying Benjamin had hit her. Benjamin was so furious he was speechless. He then thought of his own daughter, who would never do such a thing. At this moment, he finally realized that Alice hadn't contacted him for a whole month.